Hello everyone, welcome to this video. In this one I'm going to follow the Quickstart guide from official Microsoft documentation to create a virtual network using Azure CLI and deploy a virtual machine and then test connectivity. And we have already done last two deploying the virtual network using Portal and also did the virtual network deployment using PowerShell and last couple videos. If you search on my channel you will find it. Only prerequisite, you gotta have a Azure account where you can test with it. If you don't have any account, feel free to get a free account from Azure and get $200 free credit. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna go to the shell environment. We're gonna select our CLI this time and we're gonna start running some commands. Okay, so this is a web URI that you should remember, shell.azure.com. If you go there, it's going to give you the full window to play with your commands, and here I'm just going to change it to bash and just confirm it, so it will change to the bash window. And now since we're going to use the CLI commands, let's start using it. So the first command is going to create a resource group, AZ group create. We're providing a name. Here's the name, and location, here's the location. I want to change the location because I know I had a little bit of trouble with the East US a couple days back, so I'm trying to avoid it for this week. I'm using East US 2 for my deployments. Okay, so that what it did, it created a resource group for me. Okay, so that resource group creation is successful. That's all it's telling us, and that's how fast it is. Now within this resource group, we're going to create a virtual network, an AZ network VNET create. Very simple command. Name myVirtualNetwork is the name of the network, and under the resource group is the myResourceGroup, and subnet name is default. So it's going to create the subnet and the network, virtual network for me. Okay, once that's done, we are really ready to create a virtual machine, and all we need to do is VM create. So notice that all commands, they're starting with AZ and then your resource and then the verb. Okay, create, and this one is VM create, Azure VM create. In this particular resource group, name it myVM1, image, use a UbuntuLTS, and generate the SSH key for authentication, and no wait. Okay, so let's click on that one. And let's see how is this SSH key being generated. Okay, they didn't even give me any option. All right, so no wait, it should be deploying in the background. This no wait means run it as a background job. Okay, so once this is going on, we can also create the second VM. So just copy this one. It's exactly same command except for the name of the VM. So let's paste this one, hit enter, and it should start the deployment of my next virtual machine. And once it's done, you will see some type of message like this. And once that's done, we will be able to connect to those virtual machines. Okay, let's see what is going on over here. Now this one we did not say that no wait, so this is actually running as a job, and it says deployment failed. Why did it fail? It says the resource compute myVM2 under resource group was not found. For more details, do something. Okay, why is it the case? Resource group name, image, generate-ssh key. Or let's go and take a look at the resource group itself, see what is going on there, because the first one didn't give us any problem, but we said run it as a background job. So let's make sure that it's a deployment is actually successful. So my resource group, let's click on that one. Okay, looks like interesting. So it looks like both of the deployment is done. So let's click on that one. It is virtual machine, looks like it's running. What about the other virtual machine? So VM2 look like that is running as well. So look at that. So I don't know about that message very much, what it really wanted to tell us. Okay, for now I'm not gonna worry too much. Here if you want to do some more testing, you can go there. That's what it's telling us, that resource not found. You can go there. It take me to a weird place that doesn't look like has anything to do with fixing that problem. Anyway, so from here what we need to do, we need to connect to the virtual machine. So let's see how easy would be to connect to, say this is the VM2. Let's copy this one, and I'm a little worried because we have used SSH and we haven't really said anything else. Okay, so here they're saying just put SSH and then the public IP address, and that's what we just did. And let's hit enter, see what happens. Oh, it says command not found. Oh, SSH, not SSH, I'm sorry. SSH, and then to, yeah, oh my god. So let's say yes, and there we go. Okay, so we are inside the VM2. Okay, so that is good. So once we are inside, we can try to communicate to, let's see, which machine are we in. We are within VM2. That's good, and we are trying to ping VM1. So let's do, yeah, we are in VM2. Here is my VM2. So we're going to try to ping VM1, and this is the way you ping from within a virtual network, and using Linux type command. So Azure CLI. Okay, looks like everything went good, and we are receiving 4 replies, and now we can exit the SSH connection. So what it did, so if it were a Windows machine, your ping connection by default they are disabled, so you would have to go and enable some firewall rules. But in this case, since we are using Ubuntu Linux based machine, it's the ping is open by default, is allowed through the firewall, so we can successfully talk to each other. So what you can do, control C one more time, control D, yeah, control D. So now instead of going to the second virtual machine, you can do the same thing. Come back over here, go to your myResourceGroup, go to your VM1, and get this IP address, which is public IP address. Okay, then go back and SSH to that machine. Let's see, paste, and say yes, and we are there. So that's VM1. And if you now run the same type of command in here, which is this, copy. So now we're gonna try to ping VM2 from VM1, and you bet that we're gonna be successful. And there we go. So everything is going fine. We can talk to each other. We have proven that. So this is the gist of the lab. In this lab, we have used our CLI commands to create a resource group, then create a virtual network, the subnet at the same time, and then deploy a couple of virtual machines in there, and we made sure that our machines can talk to each other just fine. And just notice that when you're talking to each other, you're using the private IP address when you're doing the ping, and not the public IP address. Okay, all right, thanks for watching the video. If you like it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and leave your comments for me to improve. Thanks, have a great day.